Deep snow, sub-zero temperatures and high-speed cars in the forest can mean only one thing. This is Rally Sweden. I'm Colin Clark, and joining me from the stages, Julian Porter. The second round of the 2012 World Rally Championship is not just a Swedish event. Most of the day one stages take place in Norway, and this cross-border rally could be one of the most hotly contested events in recent history, with 4 previous winners taking on the 2012 stages. Citroën drivers Sebastian Loeb and Mikko Hirvonen and the Ford duo of Jari-Matti Latvala and Peter Solberg will all have their sights set.
Quite often competitive on this surface, but it's always very difficult to beat the specialists like the Finnish drivers on the snow.
Things have changed a lot since last year. Now I have a new car and everything, so you know, I worked a lot on a car, on a test, so it's going to be very interesting to see now in the rally how it really works, but the feeling is very good anyway, so you know, I think we have a good chance to win it.
It's going to be a long, tough rally. It will be nice to win, but as a team it's very important also for the manufacturer's point, so here we find the balance, and first time properly on snow and ice, we have to maybe get a little bit into the rhythm.
We have done a good test. I think car is really good at the moment, and we really hope I could push and try to be there fighting for the podium places.
Second last year.
What about Danny Sordo, his first event on snow and ice in the Mini?
It's going to be a tough weekend for the team and the Spaniard.
Well, the city of Karlstad is the home to Rally Sweden, with the stages situated to the north, including those 4 stages that stretch across the western border and into Norway. Spread over 3 days, there are 24 stages in total, measuring just under 350 competitive kilometres. And a new innovation for the WRC here in Sweden, Jules, is the qualifying stage.
Yeah, basically the drivers get 2 runs over the shakedown stage and then 1 qualifying run to make their time, to pick their position for the following day.
And Jules, Thierry Neuville there, he's a man who felt the pressure.
Yep, 1-shot shootout and he went off the road.
And the fastest driver through the stage, Jules, he gets to pick his position for the first day. Not an easy choice here.
It's not an easy choice here because depending on the temperature, if it's really, really cold, you want to be at the front. If it's quite mild, you want to be further back and let the rest clear the snow away.
Well, for Jari-Matti Latvala, he was the fastest through the first ever qualifying stage. So let's see which position he chose.
We decided to take position 17. The idea behind it is that to try to get the roads be cleaner in the morning. We were afraid to going in the front that there is snow on the top of the surface, so we believe when it's be clearing it will bring up a little bit gravel on the top and giving a more grip, so that's why we want to start far back.
Well, the competitive action got underway with a traditional blast around the Carlsberg Super Special stage. Not much snow there, Jules.
No, not a lot of snow there, but it's the ice that they really wanted. The tyres got these big studs in them, and they want to really get the grip in.
Yeah, and the fans, I'm sure, in the stadium, they're hoping for a Scandinavian victory, but that's not what happened.
No, surprisingly, Danny Sordo in the Mini setting the quickest time in the stage. And the Scandinavians would all have been a bit disappointed with that, that's for sure.
Well, Rally Sweden back underway then with the crucial road order for the following morning decided. Let's take a look at how the drivers would line up. Well, Brazil's Paulo Nobre will lead the WRC cars away, followed by Belgian youngster Thierry Neuville. Henning Solberg is the first WRC regular name. He goes 10th. Into the quicker men through the shakedown stage, all choosing a lower road position in the hope that the top layer of loose snow will have been cleared. Peter Solberg goes 15th, Latvala is 17th, followed by Citroën drivers Hirvonen and Loeb, with Mads Osberg in 20th. Stage 2, Jules, is where the real action begins in the morning, and we head into those stages in Norway.
Yeah, and it's a real family atmosphere. Box number 12 in the stage runs past Peter's house. Son Oliver there, Pernilla there, and the thousands of legions of supporters from Peter Solberg's fan club.
Yeah, the atmosphere really looking tremendous, but it's Danny Sordo, fresh from his impressive second place in Monte Carlo, Jules. Danny Sordo, full of confidence going into this stage.
If you're full of confidence, great performance in Monte, leading going into this stage, but this is a different kettle of fish, and first time on proper gravel stage, proper snow stage for him in the Mini. He'll have to watch the boys behind, though. That's what he's going to have to watch now. Remember, those quicker drivers are behind him.
So Danny Sordo clearing away the snow for, as Joe says, the quicker drivers behind him, looking good through the first stage of the morning. And just look at those wonderful conditions in Norway.
Danny just clipping a bank there.
Oh, he did just clip a bank. And Oyt Tanak, Jules, impressed on his first 2 outings in the World Rally Car, but he clips a bank as well.
Yeah, mega impressive in his 2 runs in World Rally Car, but this is a whole new experience for him as well. And this guy is just so talented. But he's going to have to just be careful, because things like that are not what you need here.
No, he's off the road properly there, Jules. See, that is a big blow for Oyt Tanak so early on in the event.
He has to get the shovel out now.
The shovel is something that all the cars carry in this event. Snowbanks are a regular feature. But Petter Solberg, he's on the start line. Well, it's the moment the Solberg fans have been waiting for. Back on Rally Sweden in a works car, a full works car for the first time since 2008. Julesy, Petter Solberg very much looking forward to this event.
Oh yeah, it's massive, and for day one, most of it's going to be in Norway. It's exactly what he wants, and this stage particularly special for him with stage, as it runs right past his house, starts in Sweden, goes across the border into Norway. Petter absolutely loving it.
Yeah, and he should absolutely make the most of these conditions, Jules. It is, as you say, his home stage. Petter Solberg, what can he do this weekend, Jules? He really is looking in fine form.
Yeah, well, Petter's up for a victory, isn't he? He loved Monte Carlo, he's loving the car, he's loving the feeling in the Ford team.
Let's watch him, Jules. Let's watch the onboards as Solberg makes his way through his home stage, past his home, past his farm.
Well, this is the descent down to his house. He's got a couple of right-handers and the dips and dives down, and his house is at the bottom of this junction.
Great shots from the helicopter there. You can see, Jules, not quite so much snow, but it is the ice space that these drivers want here.
And just look at all the fans there. As you say, this is the descent down into the house. There's the house on the outside. That's it.
Wonderful crowds, tremendous support. They love their rallying in Norway, and Petter Solberg is a national hero in Norway, the 2003 World Rally Champion.
He's fully on it there. He's absolutely loving this stage.
Yes, the WRC.
Fantastic stage, you know, fantastic. And yeah, I think they will beat me behind, so it's getting much cleaner road all the time. But I'm very happy with my stage. A lot of people out there, so hello to everybody on the farm, you know. Very nice when I came down there. Fantastic.
And Jules, that's Jari-Matti Latvala. Well, he was quickest in the qualifying stage. He had the first pick yesterday, and interestingly, choosing 17th on the road.
Yeah, I mean, he said at the end of the qualifying stage, depending on temperature-wise, he would where he'd pick, and going as far back as he possibly could, really, or wanted to go anyway. He isn't as the right at the end of the queue, but nearly at the end of it. I tell you what, he's got some racing lines to follow, which is something he'd want. The snow's gone and everything.
Latvala will be quick this weekend, that's for sure. Won his first ever round of the WRC here in 2008, but Mikko Harvonen. Well, Mikko Harvonen and Jari-Matti Latvala have shared the last 3 wins here in Sweden. Jules, Mikko Harvonen in a DS3 this weekend. It's going to be a great battle between these two Finns.
Well, that's it. Teammates for 4 years as well, now battling at it, hammer and tongs in the stages of Rally Sweden. Having on the descent down here, just bumping around. Look at the way the car. You've got to have such confidence in it.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful shots these. The cars look great in the snow. So we've got Sebastian Loeb now. Sebastian Loeb, difficult start, Josie. He was late out of service. A 10-second penalty for him.
Yeah. They decided to put 2 spare wheels in the car, and the change that he wanted to make to it.
Sebastian, obviously a 3-minute gap there. Late out of service. What was that all about?
We took a little bit too much time to change something on the car, and so we had this 10-second penalty.
Well, there we go. So that is Mads. Well, that's not Mads Osberg. That's Ivan Brynildsen, Josie, another young Norwegian making his way through the stage. It is Osberg, sorry.
Mads Osberg on his way through. Obviously finished second here last year, and played some interesting tactics in the qualifying stage yesterday.
Yeah, Osberg got a great result here last year. He'll be looking to repeat that this year. Well, Osberg flying again then in Sweden. Latvala now lies in second place, just under 2 seconds back, with Harvonen and Petter Solberg still right in the mix. Loeb currently lies in 6th place after that time penalty. Well, an all Scandinavian top 4. There's just 5 seconds between them, and the battle in the frozen forest continues. Welcome back to Rally Sweden. It's all very tight between the top four, and the all-Scandinavian battle has stayed in Norway for stages 3 and 4. Well, stage 3 and Mads Osberg, Jules, not looking quite so comfortable this afternoon.
No, Mads has struggled a little bit with testing. He has done a couple of rallies, but struggled actually in testing. He's struggling with understeer in this stage of the car. It's the stage which are more based with the field, open areas. He's really struggling with that.
And there's Jari-Matti Latvala, Josie. He'll be the one looking to capitalise on Mads Osberg's problems in this stage. Latvala, well, he's won this one in the past in 2008. He's looking to do it again. Latvala looks good through here, but big moment for him there.
That's it. It's another strong drive in this stage. He could, the Finn takes the lead back away from Osberg.
But ominously, though, for the Scandinavian quartet, Sebastian Loeb is beginning to find some form.
Yeah, he's not won his spin since 2004. He did win Norway 3 years ago. And Loeb's super smooth style is exactly what you want in these stages. But to tell you what, there, just clip in the bank.
And Jules, this is probably the latest protege to come out the Citroen stable, young Thierry Neuville. He has a great run through stage 4.
That's it, and he's been at Tommy Mäkinen's rally school to kind of learn and get some mileage on the snow and ice.
Peter Solberg, Julesy, well, struggled a little bit, 4 seconds off the lead after stage 3.
Yeah, he was there, and this is one of these field-style stages here.
Yeah, and let's just watch what happens to him here.
It's very hard in the stages. This is in the forest section, but when it comes out, you're into the section. He spun there.
How did he get that one wrong, Jules? That looked like a slow-speed corner.
To be fair, I think maybe just too much on the handbrake.
It's costing a lot of time. He's taking a while to get out of there.
He's had to reverse twice.
That's not the sort of problem that Peter Solberg wanted. So, what I'd say 10-15 seconds lost for Peter Solberg in that one.
He's not very happy.
No, he's not happy at all, is he? Really not happy at all. So Peter Solberg, the first of our front runners to slip up then. But it's two-time Sweden winner Mikko Hirvonen, who's looking good in the Citroen DS3. The Finn sets the fastest time in stage 4, and he's up to second following Solberg's slip up.
Yeah, Mikko just getting more and more confident with this car by every stage. We saw it in Monty, we're seeing it again this weekend.
Well, it's another reshuffle then at the top of the leaderboard. Latvala is our new leader, Hirvonen in second, and a very frustrated Peter Solberg slips down to 5th. It's back into the forest for stage 5, Jules. 21 kilometres through Finnskogen. That's one of the stages we went to on Rally Norway a few years ago.
That's it, this is Jari-Matti Latvala, and he's just struggling to find the balance in his Fiesta right at this moment in time.
It's a strange one for Latvala through that stage, not very happy at all, and with Latvala struggling in there, it's probably Mikko Hirvonen who could make the most of this. Let's watch Hirvonen, he's looking quick.
He's looking blisteringly quick, not just quick. Just look at the commitment in this car.
That's a great shot, Hirvonen just sliding through the corner there. Let's listen to the bass notes being ran out by Jarmo Lehtinen as well, Jules. That's a lake on the left. Let's listen to the co-driver.
Big push right towards the end. There's the yellow boards. The time is up on the screen. And Mikko beating Latvala there.
Great time for Mikko Hirvonen.
Great stage time in there. You're getting the confidence now.
Yeah, a little bit. I have to just stop messing around and really gas it and, you know, just attack, so then it works.
Well, Latvala's run out front was a brief one. He's now 2.9 seconds behind Hirvonen, with Osberg still in 3rd place. Further back, Henning Solberg and Ivan Brynildsen take Norway's tally up to 4 in the top 10. And it's off to Finnskogen after a great morning out in the stages, and the drivers take a break at the remote service in Kongsvinger in Norway. And after 4 years as teammates, Hirvonen.
Are you a bit surprised that Mikko's pretty quick and he's leading the rally and first time in his Citroen?
I was expecting that. He knew how our car had to be set up for the snow conditions. So of course he took that information to Citroen and did it there. So I wasn't surprised. I was expecting that.
Jari-Matti said he wasn't surprised that you were leading the rally. Are you a bit surprised then?
I know after the test and after the rally I did that the car is very, very good and it's going to be fast. But so, yeah, I knew we have a chance to fight for it, but I don't know, maybe a little bit surprised.
After the break, it's soon time to head back out onto the stages. Jules, the weather's still looking good out there.
Yeah, there'll be some gravel appearing on the second pass and also some ruts.
Great to see Swedish driver Patrick Sandell making his debut in a World Rally car on Rally Sweden.
That's it, the whole of Sweden got behind him, and just a little bit wide there, but Patrick enjoying himself so much in this car.
Yeah, he's a very determined young driver. Oh, a little too determined there perhaps, Patrick Sandell, just using the power to pull that Mini John Cooper's works out of that bit of trouble, Jules. Oh, and here we go, it's Russian Evgeny Novikov. He has a moment there. Novikov, though, a great first round of the championship in Monte Carlo.
Monte was great for him. I tell you what, Novikov is showing equally as much talent and skill over here in Sweden. He's just been absolutely phenomenal this season so far.
Yeah, it's a changed man that we see.
He's in the ditch there.
But back up at front and, well, four teammates, Jari-Matti Latvala pushing hard as he tries to reel in Mikko Harvinen in the Citroen ahead of them. And, Jules, you can see how rutted those roads are getting.
Well, that's it. And Jari said he was struggling to keep the cars in the ruts. That was the hardest thing he found. See there, it's just bouncing around out of the ruts. And you start to lose confidence, and also the grip is in the ruts. It's like being on a railroad.
It's very different on the second pass, isn't it? Looking very messy in that stage.
It is messy.
Great battle on our hands between Jari-Matti Latvala and Mikko Harvinen.
Here is the Finn, Mr. Harvinen on his way down. You can see the ruts there, Colin. Really, really bad. The snow's quite deep as well in the middle.
Car looking great around the corners there, and as you say, Jules, it really is beginning to look a bit messy and rutted in there, but Harvinen doing a great job.
Yeah, it is very close fight, and feels like the car is now, we have a lot more gravel, and feels like it's understeering a lot, so took it a little bit easy and steady, but you know, it's not too bad,
Well, there's one stage here, Josie, one corner in this stage that causes lots of trouble, and Danny Sordo, the first man to face trouble here.
He's run really wide there, just having to power the car out. Now that's not good, because all that snow gets stuck straight in the air filter in the radiator.
Oh, no, Tanak's having trouble at the same spots.
He didn't go in quite as far as Sordo, though. That wasn't too bad.
So, Jules, where you have two, you very often have three. Who's the third that's going to go into there?
Well, I don't know whether it's one of these stages which is really flat, and it's difficult to see reference points and braking distances. And second time through, shouldn't be a pace note problem. I think it's conditions also just pushing a little bit too hard here.
Same corner, Sordo and Tanak, and Sebastian Loeb making a mistake. He's off, and he's in.
But he's not got out.
Oh, he's in that deep, soft snow, Jules. It's going to take him a while to get out of there.
Yeah, he's got a call on the fans. He just went straight in, braked. I don't know whether he braked late, but he just understeered straight into the snowbank on the outside.
And he carries on through the stage, but losing a lot of time in number 7.
I lost the rear in the left, so the car went too much sideways. I couldn't throw it back in the right direction for the right-hand corner behind, so I went in the snowbank, and we were stuck on that.
Well, look what this has meant to the world champion in terms of the leaderboard. With almost 2 minutes lost, he doesn't even appear in the top 10. His hopes of a second Sweden win perhaps in tatters already. While the all-finish fight at the front continues, Harvinen still has the edge for the moment. This intriguing battle between the two masters of the Swedish forest is just too close to call. Can Harvinen hold on, or will his young rival fight back? The final action from day one in Sweden continues. We're in Sweden for the second round of the 2012 FIA World Rally Championship, where the Super 2000 category is also running. Time now to get you up to speed with the SWRC. Irishman Craig Breen claimed the first category win of the year in Monte Carlo, but on just his second ever outing in the specialised event, the winner of last year's WRC Academy has not risked an all-out battle with the early leaders. Because that man is local hero, Per Gunnar Andersson, the Swedish star, has competed on his home event 7 times, and his experience has shown the Proton driver has already pulled out a huge lead in the SWRC standings. Andersson's compatriot Pontus Tiedemund has ensured that there are 2 local drivers in the podium positions after the opening day. A fine start on the Swedes' SWRC debut. And it's been a rather more frustrating outing for reigning PWRC champion Hayden Padden. Meanwhile, struggling on his first outing in Sweden, the Kiwi star has had an eventful day and currently lies in 6th place. So it's Andersson with a dominant lead of more than 2 minutes over Breen, with Tiedemund in 3rd place and Saudi Arabian driver Yazid Al-Raji in a fine 4th. Back to the WRC runners now, and it's been a frustrating day so far for talented Finn Jari Ketama.
Yeah, Jari running down in 13th place already. It's about to get even worse. Jari having a real bad weekend here. He goes off the road and out of the running.
Yeah, the conditions and high level of competition continue to catch out some of the world's finest drivers then. Danny Sordo had a brush with disaster earlier, but he's still in 5th place. Let's see what he does here, Jules. Oops!
Well, that's straight into the snowbank there, and that is him. You can already see that when the snow hits the hot engine, how he's steaming away. He must have done some damage to that car, though.
Yeah, that looks like front radiator damage. Maybe a lot of snow compacted into that front radiator, Jules.
Well, I think with all the smoke coming out, I think he's actually done a radiator.
Ooh, that can be terminal. The car overheats.
He's getting very, very agitated. Carlos having to get out now to sweep the snow clear.
Doesn't look good for Danny Sordo and Carlos Del Barrio. Taking a look under that bonnet, Jules, didn't look good at all. But after his incredible turn of speed in Sweden last year, Mats Osberg has been increasingly mystified by his lack of pace today, Jules.
Yeah, he's had some brake problems, and he just doesn't know where it's gone this afternoon. He said it's just not the same pace at all.
Yeah, and Danny Sordo, after his problems, well, he'll go no further on day 1.
The temperature became really up, and we thought it was the snow in the front of the radiator, and he didn't have this. Was the one of the belts for the cooling was gone, and the car is so hot, and we stopped.
And Sebastian Loeb, well, he's begun his long fight back following his earlier off. Makes up 4 places to finish the day 7th on the leaderboards. But the big talking point in this first afternoon, though, has been about tyres. With more and more gravel appearing for the late runners, the studs are literally being ripped from the Michelin's rubber. Peter Solberg still getting huge support in the stages, and with the fastest time to finish the day, another Solberg attack is on the cards tomorrow. Jari Matti Latvala, meanwhile, is still thriving after those earlier setup tweaks. Despite his deteriorating tyres, the Finn is still on the attack, and in his second pass through Finnskogen, Ford's number 1 charges back to the top spot. Relegating Hirvonen back into 2nd place. Like his compatriot, Nico's really struggling for grip on his increasingly studless tyres, but for some reason it's affecting the Citroën man even more. By the end of stage 9, he loses 15 seconds to the new leader. Hirvonen, understandably, a very frustrated man. So after a second pass through the Karlstad Super Special, this is how things stand. Hirvonen's late problems see him lie 16.8 seconds behind Latvala, while Petter Solberg is up to 3rd at the expense of Mads Osberg. It's been a relentless battle for the 2 top drivers.
Oh, well, it looks quite good now. It was very close before the end of before the Torsby stage. For sure, Mikko and will be pushing hard. Petteri is not so far either, so I need to keep going as I have done today. There is no time to relax.
disappointed about the last stage. Otherwise, we had a really good day and we were in a good fight with Jari. But now in the last one, just didn't have any traction anymore from the tires. So I just lost a lot of time because of that. Definitely, I'm not gonna save the tire. I mean, we have to look at the data with the engineers and see if we can find some help from the setup to help me save the tires. But otherwise, I just have to go flat out and hope for the best.
Well, what a first day it's been, and there's still 2 more to come. We're back in Sweden's Värmland region tomorrow, so make sure you join us again for the Day 2 highlights.